Happy Friday, my guys. Just cruising to work, and I'm about to be. And I just wanted to go over a couple things with you guys. And did you see the video for Prime Motoring? They hit just under 400 wheel torque and 360 horsepower, E30 with a turbo back. Man, it's just that's impressive. So it really shows you what people are going to be able to make. Whether they go 50% E30, 60% E30, they might be able to make significantly more power. We might see. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, mind you, this is going to be probably on meth, but I wouldn't be surprised if with the cooling from meth, if they got near 500 wheel torque with the stock turbo, or 450. I just think it's crazy the numbers they're making are huge. They're just really impressive, and I'm curious to see what numbers my car makes. My air fuel ratio is in a similar range. They were 11.5 to 11.8. Mine is very similar. That I think that there's certain periods where I break 12, but for the most part, I'm in the 11s. So super safe air fuel ratio, really rich. So because normally a safe tune, a lot of the tuners they'll target like 12.2, 12.5 as their target, which is still safe, but the 11s are even safer. So yeah, I'm excited. That got me hyped, and I'm really looking forward to these next couple months. Right now, just like the rest of you, I've got bills to pay, so we're gonna be saving and waiting a little bit on the exhaust. I want to get it soon, but Christmas is right around the corner. We're already halfway through September, so really Christmas is right around the corner, and it's expensive. So we are saving at the moment. I've got the money for the exhaust. It's just I don't know if I want to spend it right this second. So for now, we'll just keep dialing in the car, and we're working on some other things for the car as well. Mostly, I'm just sticking with power adders. I'm not really doing anything aesthetics. As most of you guys know, I don't want to. I had coilovers, good coilovers. I had HKS Hypermax coilovers on my Speed 3, and those were almost $2,000 coilovers. So they were a good set of coilovers. And when I had them, I was in Virginia, and there's a lot of potholes, and I was scraping all the time. And while it looked cool, it was not the most enjoyable, just because I had to worry about speed bumps and potholes. And yeah, the WRX has more ground clearance. It's got 5.5 inches of ground clearance. We're plenty off the ground, where if we hit a pothole, it's not gonna, our soul's not gonna leave our body. It's just a little bit more enjoyable. And like I said, I've been there, so I have nothing against anybody who does lower their car, go stance, or of course if they can afford it, bags. But I don't think I'll do it again, just for that reason, is I don't really necessarily want to deal with the issues that come with that, because I like having a little bit of ground clearance and not scraping and not worrying about scraping up my bumper when I'm parking. But we will be getting a turbo back exhaust. We will be getting tuned, and potentially, I'm not, no guarantee, and I don't tell my wife, I could be going eventually big turbo, in the next couple of years. Once, because once you get used to a certain number of horsepower, that's that next step where things start getting dangerous and braking, is going big turbo. And I'll consider it once we have the turbo back. But my Mazda speed was in the 330, 340 wheel range horsepower. I had a turbo back exhaust, top mount intercooler, high pressure fuel pump, and then I was running E30, and there was a few other mods in there, of course, like a top mount. But I love that sound. And I'm kind of thinking of doing similar things with this car. I'm gonna probably. It looks like they had a good pickup. The ETS, I think they said that between the intake and the top mount, their vehicle made 20 wheel horsepower more. So, that alone makes you think, okay, well, maybe the top mount intercooler is worth it. So that'll be something else that I'm going to consider. So, we might do top mount, and maybe another brand might come out with a top mount as well, other than ETS, maybe PERRIN or somebody else just more affordable. So we got top mount, we've got the turbo back exhaust that we want to get, and then we're just really customizing the tune. So it's really all about dialing in, because that's all that Prime Motoring's been doing, is they've just been dialing their tune in, and they're doing a good job at it. I know a lot of you asked, is Burger Tuning going to be coming out with their tune from Prime Motoring? I don't think that's going to happen, just because they use somebody called JR Tunes, and I'm gonna believe, like I said, I could be wrong, but I'm gonna believe that's gonna be their information that they're not willing to give out. I reached out to Prime Motoring and asked if they would be sharing custom tune information, and they said that's not something they would they would be willing to do at the moment, is what they said. So that could change, if of course that could change in the future, but at the moment they're not willing to share that information. However, they haven't given you all the information, but they've given you the air fuel ratio. So of course now we know the sweet spot for the best power for a turbo back is the 11.5 to 11.8 air fuel ratio. And that is where they're at. So that's basically what we have to do is, when we get our turbo back, we're dialing our tune in to have the same air fuel ratio. And then once we do that, then we should make comparable power, because there's only so many secrets to the JB4. It's a complex system, don't get me wrong, but there's only so many metrics you can put into the system to get a number. So it's really going to be a trial and error thing. So one, you get your air fuel ratios on point, and then you can adjust other factors. Use something like, if you don't have a dyno, which unfortunately most of us don't, they do. We could use something like a draggy, and that would allow us to track accurate information. Is our 0-60 getting better? We don't really want to do 0-60s, but is our 10 to 60 getting better? Our 20 to 60? Other metrics like that we can track to see how we're doing, and that's kind of what I plan on doing. So I'm probably gonna get a drag